Hi, I'm Andrea Harmon with the Elder Law Firm, and I'm here today with Allison Pate and Sydney Nelson from Abbotswood at Irving Park. Thank you, ladies, for joining us today.
Thank you for having us.
Can you tell me a little bit about Abbotswood and what it offers here in Greensboro?
Abbotswood is a senior living community, and one of the things that makes us really special is that we have a month-to-month rental process, but we offer a full continuum of care. So we have independent living services, assisted living services, and lots of things in between, up to offering some skilled nursing service availability.
Okay, so you kind of take care of someone from start to finish, so to speak.
In many circumstances, we can, yes.
Great. And what are some of the amenities that Abbotswood offers their residents there?
I think, one of the things that we pride ourselves on is our culture, and one of the things that makes our culture so special is that we have a wellness program, and it truly is. We're not talking just a fitness center tucked off on the third floor somewhere. This is a whole person wellness program that really focuses on mind, body, and spirit, and our goal is to keep our residents as active and engaged as they can throughout their time with us, and that's no matter their level when they enter. That's our goal, is to get them plugged into our community and keep them active and engaged.
That's great. Now, Sydney, I know you had mentioned to me that y'all are getting ready to do like an expansion project. Can you explain a little bit about that?
Sure, absolutely. So we are in the process of building 22 cottage homes. We've noticed that we are having a younger population inquire at Abbotswood, and so to meet the demand, we're building 22 cottage homes, and that will include a 1,700 square foot duplex, and they will have a 2-car garage for the residents that are still working, still driving, and we're also going to be expanding and building another care community on the back part of our property, where we're going to have memory care services and assisted living services. And then to accommodate the growth, we're going to be expanding our dining room as well.
That sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you talk about dining services, is that something that they buy into? Is it something they're required to go to the dining room? How does your dining room work?
Well, it's completely up to them what they decide. It's up to their lifestyle. So they can choose different packages and individualize them from on the go to having their 3 meals a day.
Okay, that sounds good. Do you have a lot of couples that are there in your facility that drive and still are active in the community too?
We do.
You have lots of couples. Sydney mentioned we have folks who are still actively working, so we have several residents who are still engaged in their occupation and do that, up to 5-6 days a week. And then we have some folks who are still very engaged in the volunteer community outside of our community, and then of course we have lots of volunteers within our community. So we have lots of good active couples and folks who stay plugged in.
That's great, kind of the best of both worlds.
Mm-hmm. It is.
And where exactly are y'all located in Greensboro?
We're in New Irving Park, so we're right off of North Elm Street.
Okay. All right. And if someone was to inquire about Abbotswood, wanting to come into the community, what's the best way for them to do that?
Well, there are 3 experts that can take them through the process of the inquiry. So Allison, myself, and then Shannon Norman is also somebody that is a point of contact. So they can just call in or stop by. We always welcome walk-ins, and we can show them the experience and show our community.
Okay.
We also have a very active website, so www.lifeatirvingpark.com is our website, and you can really find out all the information, as well as you have interactive floor plans and such. So our website is a really good resource for that as well.
That's great.
Yeah. Another thing we also have too, thinking about the website, is we have a Facebook page that they can kind of through the inquiry process, they can follow us and see things that we're doing to see if it would be a place that they'd like to become a part of.
Okay. I know it seemed like that's what a lot of folks are doing now when they're looking at property. They like to go online and view the property to see, is this something I'm interested in? So I think that's a great idea.
I think social media has changed how we shop for almost anything, but certainly our Facebook page can give folks a real feel for what it's like, a day in the life of Abbotswood, if you will, and show folks, more about who we are and what we do on a day-to-day basis.
That sounds great. And if someone came into the community, can you give us an idea of, do you accept private pay? How do they work that out?
So we do accept private pay. We also acknowledge any veteran benefits. So anything from savings or monthly income, we can work with them to find a good fit, see if they're a good fit for our community.
Long-term care insurance is also very important, especially as folks have an increasing care need.
Right.
You're able to access care on our campus in a multitude of ways. Of course, our licensed assisted living, long-term care is vital oftentimes due to the cost of that and helping folks to afford that. But because we are designated as a multi-unit housing with assistance community as well, people are able to access assisted services in an independent living setting, and oftentimes long-term care insurances will cover the care portion of that as well. So folks in both the independent living and the assisted living are able to oftentimes use their long-term care insurance to help pay for the cost of those rising care needs.
That's great. Is there anything else that you want to highlight in your community that we have not spoke about?
I think one thing that is very unique to Abbotswood is that we do offer the progression of care from independent living up to skilled services as needed, but we are a complete month-to-month rental community. So there's not a buy-in fee that allows you to progress in care, but you can do month-to-month. So as your lifestyle changes, if for whatever need, you haven't put in a lump sum of money. So completely month-to-month. Yep.
That's great, and I'm sure a lot of people that's a good interest for them. A lot of communities don't offer that.
Yeah, so often I know that some of their children might live out of state, and at some point they might want to go and see them, so they can still have a life here, but if they're not tied down.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Well, thank you, ladies, very much. This has been very informative, and I appreciate the information today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. And this is Andrea Harmon with the Elder Law Firm. Thank you for tuning into this segment.